All right, so we have some news today. There was this news yesterday as well, but it did not involve Groom. We got news yesterday about Tucupita Marcano. I believe the news yesterday was that he was being investigated. Now, this comes down that he officially is being banned for life. MLB, they've already released their statements. They've released the info on like dollars and how much Tucupita Marcano, how much Groom. There were a couple of other, I think, minor leaguers that were involved. The numbers in how much these guys were betting and all that. So now that it's here, Marcano, for anyone that knew, former Padre in the big leagues, he was with the Pirates. Then the Padres got him back in the offseason, and he has not played a game. He was on the IL, had a knee injury, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but if I remember correctly, his last game was at Petco Park as a Pirate. He hurt himself at Petco Park, and he hadn't played in a big league game since. And when he got hurt, after he got hurt, at least reading this stuff here, the time frame, he made bets involving Major League Baseball, involving some Pirates games, which you obviously can't do. He wasn't active, but he was in the organization. He was at PNC Park. He did that after the injury, and so he's gone. I'm reading this from ABC 10 News here in San Diego. Major League Baseball on Tuesday handed down a lifetime ban for current Padres infielder Tucupita Marcano after the league's investigation found he bet on baseball games while he was a member of the Pirates organization. MLB released a statement. Major League Baseball announced today that following investigations by its Department of Investigations, disciplinary action has been taken against Major League players Tucupita Marcano, Michael Kelly, who's an A's pitcher, minor league players Groom, Jose Rodriguez, a Phillies minor league infielder, Andrew Salfrank, D-backs pitcher, for unrelated violations of MLB sports betting rules and policies. MLB's investigations included interviews, thorough review of the available information in each matter, and significant cooperation from MLB's legal sportsbook partners. This is betting data into Tucupita Marcano. Betting data shows that from October 16th, 2022 through October 23rd, 2022, and from July 12th, 2023 through November 1st, 2023. So this was not when Marcano was with the Padres, I don't believe. Marcano was picked up in the offseason, I believe, by the Padres. Anyway, he was not playing with the Padres. He was with the Pirates here. Marcano, in those time frames there, placed 387 baseball bets, including 231 MLB-related bets, among other bets on international baseball games through a legal sportsbook. Marcano's MLB bets were generally parlays, which would sometimes include multiple MLB-related legs, and they would sometimes include MLB-related legs and non-MLB legs. In total, Marcano bet more than $150,000 on baseball, with $87,319 of that on MLB-related bets, an average of approximately $378 per bet. I know he's in professional baseball and he's making more money than probably a lot of us, but that's a lot, approximately per bet. By the way, quick plug here with Underdog Fantasy on the pick'ems. The most that you're allowed to put in those pick'ems is $10. So if you want to be safe, I encourage you to use Underdog Fantasy. Let's see here. Of the over 200 MLB bets Marcano placed over this period, 25 of those bets included Pirates games while he was assigned to the Pirates Major League Club. Marcano did not appear in any of the games on which he placed bets. However, because all of Marcano's Pirates-related bets and the vast majority of his bets overall occurred during the period after he suffered a season-ending knee injury on July 24th, 2023, and was receiving medical treatment at PNC Park. He ultimately only won 4.3% of all of his MLB-related bets. That's where I was like, why does it seem, Ipe, obviously, he sucked at it. Tucupita Marcano, he sucked at it. Why? Obviously, it seems like it's an addiction, something that they can't get away from, which is sad. But it's like, it's one thing if you were hitting them, but you can't get to 5%, you can't get to 10% correct, and you kept going. And by the way, for anyone that doesn't know, in MLB clubhouses, it's up in every clubhouse about what you can't do when you're in a Major League Baseball organization. When you're playing in an organization, the rules are there. So you can't say, like, I didn't know. I believe they go over this in spring training. Ipe was talking about that in one of those, felt like tens of stories, investigative stories that involved Ipe there. So yeah, it just sucks. It sucks seeing this because you know that there's a problem when it's that much money and you win 4.3% of his MLB related bets overall, and you can see how much money he was putting down on those. It's a problem. So it sucks to see. The fortunate thing for the Padres is that Marcano was not a superstar. He was, oh, okay, it's a familiar guy. AJ Pro, the Padres know who this guy is. Let's just bring him in. He'll rehab with us, and maybe he can be a bench infielder at some point, bench utility guy for the Padres at some point. So it's not like it's, a star that the Padres are not going to be with, and someone that's getting banned from baseball for life. And Jay Groom, which I'll get to here, another one where it's a depth guy. So it's the Padres are losing depth here. It's a 1-year suspension for Jay Groom. Marcano is banned for life. This is 1 year for Jay Groom. But Jay Groom, it's not like he's at a Mazer. It's not like he's Robbie Snelling, Dylan Lesko, where the Padres, they're going to bring those guys up. Jay Groom, I don't know if the Padres were ever going to bring him up. Remember, he was fighting for a rotation spot, but he never came up to the big leagues. I think his one like big moment with the Padres was the Padres were the first spring training game with the pitch clock, and Jay Groom was pitching in that game, and everyone was focused on it because in Peoria the pitch clock was right there, and so Jay Groom got in a lot of those photos and stuff that first day, and that was the talk of baseball, obviously. But so far this year, he actually hasn't been pitching terribly. 3.60 ERA. How many games? Only 3 games, though, in 2024. 2023, he had an 8.55 ERA in 30 starts, 134 and 2/3 innings. So, and I'll get to the information about Groom right now. But just saying, like, fortunately, it sucks this happens, but fortunately, it's not big time players that got involved with this. With Jay Groom, says betting data shows that from July 22nd, 2020 through July 24th, 2021, when he was not with the Padres, by the way. Remember, he was involved in that Hosmer deal. That was in 2022. Groom placed 32 MLB related bets through that time frame, July 22nd, 2020 through July 24th, 2021. Of those, 24 bets involved the Red Sox Major League Club, all of which Groom placed, while he was assigned to the Red Sox High A affiliate in Greenville, South Carolina. All 24 of Groom's Red Sox bets were on the final outcome. So he was in the minors betting on what was happening with the Red Sox big league club that night, I assume. In total, Groom bet $453.74 on 30 MLB game-related bets, an average of approximately $15.12 per bet, and had a net loss of $433.54 on these bets. So it's so little money that is, being gained here from this. So little money to have a full year to be suspended, for Tucupita Marcano to be gone from you're banned from baseball. Ultimately, Groom only received payouts on 2 of his MLB bets. $450 over that. And you receive payouts on 2 of his MLB bets. They included parlays, blah, 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 blah. Groom did not appear in any of the games on which he bet, and he did not make any bets involving his assigned team. So that's why he's not banned, at least my understanding. That's why he's not banned for life like Tucupita Marcano. Marcano was at PNC Park. He was on the big league roster, gets hurt. He's on the IL of that big league roster, and he's making bets involving that team. There's no evidence to suggest, and Groom denies that any outcomes in the baseball games on which he placed bets were compromised, influenced, or manipulated in any way. So, yeah, that's really the information. Again, fortunately, it's not big guys in the Padres organization, but it just sucks that this is happening and, the Padres are involved with this. And I just want to end this video, by the way. I'm pulling up the hotline. So, the phone number, gambling problem, 1-800 Gambler, 1-800 426 2537 to seek free, confidential, 24/7 problem gambling assistance. You can also text support to 53342 to get more information about problem gambling behavior. So I just want to put that out there to end this video because it's unfortunate that we're talking about this, but it involves a couple Padres, one who is now banned from Major League Baseball, and another that's going to be out for a year. And hopefully we don't have to talk about this again because this shouldn't be happening. Every player should know the rules and they get broke.